and gals, and welcome to the May 12th. It's a Monday episode of Coffee and Chat. As you can see, I am still working, preparing for next weekend, trying on different outfits. Why is it so bloody dark? That's up all the way, that light's on. No light in that corner. It's dark as hell, man. Oh, good morning, Sarah. Hope you're doing well this morning, darling. Uh, Trying to get everything put together, trying to finish the few items that I have to make. I have to get out in the shed today after, what, 8 months? And find coffee pots and all kinds of stuff. I found my mug. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you, bud. So I've got to work here at the house. I got to go out and weed eat before the rain sets in today. We got a 70% chance of rain, but it's supposed to be warm. So I'm praying for warm rain. But still getting things set up and rolling for this weekend. Of course, I'll be taking off early Friday um, to go over and get set up. My friend's going to be bringing in the officer's wedge tent Friday afternoon, help me get the camp finished setting up, and that way I am there Friday night for the vendors and stuff that are going to be coming in and setting up Friday night before the show starts Saturday morning. Busy, busy, busy. So I hope everybody had a really, really good weekend. It says we got 3 in chat. There's 2 of you chatting it up right now. Just hope everybody's doing well. Oh man, didn't go to bed till after 1 o'clock last night. Of course, I'm catching up on Outlander again before this brand new season starts. They're working on. Um, then, of course, we had to deal with kittens that are now running around. We pulled out a playpen that somebody gave us, but it was really dirty, so I cleaned it up, and we took the kittens from the box that they were climbing out of with almost 2-foot walls on it, and moved them into the playpen. Now they're climbing out of the playpen and running all over the place. So we've got the whole living room blocked off. We put one of the black ones back in the playpen 3 times this morning, and little booger keeps climbing out of the playpen into the chair, jumping off the chair onto the floor, and running amok. So it's been a very interesting couple days. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, dear. Oh, the kittens are just wait. I've got some decent video of them now that they're rambunctious and running and stuff like that. Of course, you guys know we lost the one little gold one here just a couple weeks ago. The other gold one seems healthy, but the poor little thing walks around like it's got cerebral palsy. It just kind of waddles like it's been drinking all morning long. But other than that, they're all fighting and running and wrestling, and doing everything. I'm taking this thing off. It's too bloody damn hot in here this morning. Uh, yeah, it's kittens. Oh, I'm sorry that you're still feeling down, Jan. I've been uh, I've been thinking all weekend long about some amazing words of comfort that yeah. Oh, and fair warning, guys, just so you know, in case you lose me, we do have a 70% chance of rain. The skies are all overcast. It's pretty out, don't get me wrong. Almost 60 degrees already. Um, but everything keeps going spinny on this end. So if you do lose me, that's why, and I'll be right back as soon as it gives me the option to, you know, um, continue the stream. But yeah, it's getting this stuff together. This event always being the first one of the year um, is always a pain trying to remember where I put everything 8 months ago. Hell, I'm running across things in here that I put somewhere 8 minutes ago and I forgot where I put it. So to look for something from 8 months ago, I found my coffee cup, my big coffee mug. I found it in the back of the car the other day. Don't know how it got in the back of the car, but I found it. Mm, that's that's sweet, Sarah. It is. It's very hard. Um, it's very hard to lose a pet. A lot of times, our pets are just mean just as much to us as our own children. And once your children grow up and everything, the pets kind of take the place and fill the home up a little bit. Um, so it's not so lonely. But perhaps waiting till the last week before the event is not such a good plan. Well, see, if I had a bigger house where I could put stuff where it was out of the way, then I would do it earlier than that. But my wife already wants me to rent a U-Haul to get rid of half my stuff. When you walk in the studio now, there's a path between where my clothes all hang up and stuff and the green screen, because I've got packed baskets full of stuff. I've got things I'm still working on, all that, and it's just I don't have the room to keep things just sitting around, and so I have to kind of wait till the last minute and start packing all this stuff together, getting it washed and things like that. That way it's not even sitting in a location for just a few days. Because I've still got blankets to get out and shake out and hang out. I've got my cot to get out and stuff. Yeah, I got. Luckily, I don't have to worry about a tent. That's the nice thing about it is I don't have to worry about a tent sitting out, airing out, getting wet, things like that. Since my buddy's letting me borrow his huge wedge tent, so these dogs are my children for sure. Ashley came down for the day yesterday, but I wasn't much company. I'm sure Ashley understood. I mean, she's not much older than the dog was, so um, she kind of grew up with the dog around, at least part of her childhood and early adulthood. Good morning, my friend. How are you doing today, Danny? Of course, you guys know I had to work all weekend long, and I've got so I didn't get to do anything this weekend. We just hired a brand new cook because our new kitchen manager is now working as a bartender. So, but he's still a kitchen manager. But I mean that's okay because he's a good kitchen manager. I'm just sorry he had to adopt this ugly child known as the bar. Um, yeah, I figured you were probably pretty tired, Danny. I was hoping I was going to get a hold of you today and find out how Ghostorama went this weekend. I wish I could have came, but there was absolutely no way that I could have got this weekend and next weekend off. No, I know you're not Danny. Clark is Danny, and he said he was tired too. Then you said, damn, you're seriously freaking tired. No, but I bet you are tired as well, Tony, because you also never sit still. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're probably whooped too. Chaos and fun as always. If it makes you feel any better, Danny, even though I couldn't make it to Ghostorama, I am still sporting my Ghostorama 2023 mug. I have been all weekend long because, damn it, I wanted to be there. Yeah, I love you too, bud. I love you too. I'm glad it went well. I'm glad it went well. I always wonder from time to time, you know, how the crowds are going to receive it. What kind of attendance you're going to have, what the ghost hunt is going to go like, everything. Another reason I didn't get a lot done in the time I was here at the house this weekend because I kept stopping thinking, man, they're at the Bell Mansion. They're in Fort Wayne, Indiana. This sucks. I don't think the pacemaker is functioning as intended. Well, I would definitely get a hold of my doctor and saying, hey, am I supposed to feel like this? Am I supposed to feel like that? Is this thing supposed to do this? I wouldn't take no chances when it come to my ticker, man. have an appointment for device setup in a few days. I may not return there. We'll talk later. But the house is awesome. Very cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to talk. That's just I've never heard anything bad about the location or anything. Bell Mansion, Spinny Spinny. It says I'm live again, which is good. May 21st, so let me think, Tuesday. Yeah, this coming Tuesday. By the looks of things, though, my busyness is going to start. Like I said, this weekend. Friday, I'll be going to Niles, to Plym Park, and getting my camp set up to do security for the Niles Ren Fair on the 18th and 19th. On the 20th, it looks like we're going out and doing our first investigation of the year. Mark got a hold of me yesterday, and he wants to do a local Potawatomi cemetery. So that's going to be fun. Actually, it started off as a Potawatomi only cemetery, and I guess as the area started getting settled more, it became an everybody cemetery. So, but if the Lord sees fit to give me a bit of amphetamine, yeah, try essence of lavender. That's a very good painkiller. Don't take too much of it though, because you'll be pretty much catatonic for a while. But yeah, lavender's very, very good. Plus, you'll smell pretty. Oh, you're really not in pain? Okay, well, don't take the lavender then, because then you'll just be a happy little acid tripping Tony, and not want to do anything anyway. So, yeah. If I drop dead, that's God's will. My favorite is Essence of Titty. Well, I mean, it don't have the same effect as when you go out and lick a toad, but I mean, I guess titty is nice. I've always been a fan of them. I blame my mom for that, though. That whole breastfeeding thing till you're 16 kind of gets you started down that wrong path. You boys need a map. Yeah, well, it kind of calms you down, and then it, gets you all, excited again. So it just wasn't active. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna go into a little detail about it, Danny, that's fine. And if not, we'll just wait for the video. And you're not gonna drop dead, Tony. You're too ornery to drop dead. Someone stood at the end of my bed the first night there. I take it was not Eve. High EMF, lots of activity. I only meant that I made peace with the fact that life ends. Well, I won't make peace with it. I I won't I won't make peace with it because I plan on living forever. I've done already, been there, done that, bought a T-shirt, gave it away. Um, yeah, no, she was asleep, then whispering. I'm glad it didn't go then. I get so drained. I'm glad I didn't go then. I get so drained anymore doing investigations. And I'm sure I will on Monday night. There's a lot of stories about the place that Danny, that Mark and Tony and I are going to um, Monday night, right after I've pretty much been up for 50 straight hours. Um, yeah, about 50 straight hours. Um, I'll get home Sunday evening, try to get a good night's sleep, and then go straight out Monday evening when Steph has card night with the girls. We'll be at a cemetery, so. I have seen the world change enough to know I don't want to see where we are 100 years from now. It's scary. It's scary. Yeah, I mean, Danny's in the last year. Danny's had his chest operated on. He's had his head operated on. Um, Probably had his ass operated on. Um, so yeah, he definitely knows about the pain and the agony and everything that goes along with all that shit. I just, wow. I keep telling you, Drew, you can't live forever dressed as Highlander. There can be only one. Dude, if I slow down anymore, some asshole will shovel dirt on me. Oh my God, Chris. Uh, I don't plan on living forever dressed as a Highlander. However, that is how I will be put in the ground. So, I'm glad I got my great kilt done. Um, but yep, that's gonna be in my will. My wife will know that I go in the ground in my great kilt with with the basket hilt and my dirk and my skindoo, wherever the skindoo is at. Oh, it's in that top drawer. That's where it's at. Um, Damn aliens. Yeah, there's just something about something about those continual anal probes that some people don't like. But then again, you have people like Danny who try to make appointments with the aliens to get another anal probe. So I mean, some people like what are you supposed to do? I mean, seriously. It is those three-handed doctors you got to watch out for. When somebody yells McLeod, you don't know if they mean Duncan or Dennis Weaver. Wow. Got to check those colons. Yeah, you do. You do. I don't know if you know it yet, Chris, or if you've heard, but they're actually making a new Highlander film, finally, after 20 years of talking about it. Um, the last I heard, um, it's Henry Cavill that played Superman. He's going to be playing um, the new Highlander. It's not a remake of the original like they were originally talking, a reboot. It's just a continuation, brand new, um, a brand new Highlander emerges. So, or the story of a brand new one. I don't even know if it's actually going to be a McLeod. So they haven't released a lot of information on it. Only that they're working on it. It's in production. Um, Another one they're working on right now, or they're getting ready to start working on it. They are making a brand new Lord of the Rings. I just found this out a couple days ago. Matter of fact, just a couple days after Bernard Hill's passing, the one who played King Theoden. Yeah, The Hunt for Gollum. The nice thing is Peter Jackson is going to be producing it, and Andy Serkis, that does the voice of Gollum, is going to be directing it. So yeah, I just seen an official release information on it yesterday, and they said that it is supposed to be, I guess, during the whole time period after he's found the ring and Gandalf finds out about it and goes on the hunt for him, when Gollum gets captured by Sauron, gets tortured, um, uh, spills the beans about Bilbo and the Shire and everything else. It may go all the way back to when he originally found the ring to his death. They have not released that information yet, so I have no clue. You guys should be very thankful for Miniature Electronics. My first colonoscopy was with a fucking VHS camcorder. Oh my God, Tony, you're gonna kill me. Oh, oh, that's, oh, ouch. Yeah, it's about time they do the Cimmerillion. I have been waiting on the Cimmerillion for years, so that's definitely be well worth seeing. Batman sequel, new Superman, Michael Keaton's Batman 2. So 2 Batmans this year. Batman. That's, wow. Had to drink a gallon of shit that tasted like licking a gun barrel. And while I love guns, yeah, no. Yeah, like I said earlier, I didn't get to bed till a little after 1. Got up just a couple minutes after 6 this morning. Um, the wife came home early from work last night, being Mother's Day, I was really hoping it would be a very happy day for her after, she went to work Saturday night. The daughter stayed up, made her a pan of brownies. Um, Kids creative. Oh my God, the kids creative. She actually crumbled up an entire pack of Oreos and mixed them into the brownie mix and did an absolutely amazing job on these brownies. But yesterday morning, the stepson came over, picked the wife up. Hey, Mark. Good morning, bud. Good to see you. Took Steph out to the cemetery to see Grandma. Put some things on her grave, and it just kind of set the mood for the whole day. So, yeah, she came home early last night. She was really depressed. Um, Not to mention the fact her sleep all day yesterday was interrupted between the depression and people driving up and down the driveway, me leaving for work, coming home from work, um, the daughter being around the house, the kittens. Uh, yeah, it wasn't a real good day for her. She was actually about ready to drop when she got home this morning. Um, I don't buy her gifts though. She ain't my mother. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to get out to get Steph anything. I usually buy her at least a card or something like that. And I didn't have a chance to get out when she wasn't with me. Of course, we went out. We got my waters and or my flavored waters and food for the house and stuff like that. Yesterday or Saturday, it was all. I mean, it was to work, back home from work. Yesterday, to work, back home from work. Nothing was within walking distance, so wasn't able to get her anything, and I felt bad. But it's like she said, you know, if anything, she wished I would have been able to get my mom something, but mom and dad went back to Tennessee on Friday, so I didn't get a chance to get my mom anything for Mother's Day. So I called her yesterday, and they got back home, and of course the storms that went through Tennessee had tree limbs and stuff all over their yard. They had been gone for almost 2 weeks, so all the manicuring that my mom did on her flower beds and stuff, she had to go back out on Saturday and re-manicure again. So after, traveling and sleeping for 5 or 6 hours, she got up and spent the whole day Saturday crawling around in the front yard, pulling little weeds out of her flower beds. And I took the wife out for stuffed French toast. It's always nice. We're getting a new Masters of the Universe movie in 2026. Very cool. I'll accept yeah, especially with the special effects and stuff like that, since, way back when Dolph Lundgren played He-Man. Yeah. Found something interesting 10 miles north of you. Is it by any chance a place that serves Belhaven? I'm in the mood for some Scottish beer. Me and the missus ain't much on gifts. Oh, we are. We give each other gifts all the time. Christmas, birthdays, anniversary. Nope, even better than Belhaven? Do tell, good sir. Do tell. She was happy that all 4 girls wished her happy Mother's Day before 6 a.m. Wow. Looking forward to good fishing this year. I am too, honestly. If plans go as they're supposed to go, I'm supposed to get my grandsons sometime this summer during their summer break, and they're going to spend a few weeks with me. And I told my son I was going to invest the $25 to get the fishing license. Um, and hopefully they'll be here over the free fishing weekend that we have. We have a couple of them a year here where you don't need a fishing license or anything. So I don't know how I'm going to afford $75 for fishing licenses. But yeah, we'll find a way. We always find a way. I tell my kids, no gifts, spend that money on the grandkids. A town that was there now disappeared, and no trace of it but the cemetery. I know that when Christy, you and I done Anderson Cemetery and then done Rose Cemetery, we actually passed through an old logging town. That I think all that's left is two of the old buildings and a barn from the entire community. Other than that, nothing's there. I mean, the whole place, when they logged out so far that it wasn't fiscally meaningful anymore. Everybody moved out of town except just a couple people, and everything fell into disarray, and that's all that's still standing. That's not it. Well, interesting. There's no trace at all of this town. Very interesting. Very interesting. I look forward to that. My youngest don't listen, but I don't mind so much. She asks for our help more than the others do, to her husband being active duty. Well, that's cool. Me too, gonna take the grand boys camping and fishing. I think I'm going to take mine to a couple reenactments. Maybe I can get them on or at least get well, no, I should be able, both of them are old enough. I should be able to get both of them on the artillery crew at one of the reenactments. So I think it'd be very interesting for them to experience, what it was like to be in a situation like that. Not to mention, they're campers anyway, so wish I had grands. Oh, you will, just give it time. That girl and her man are still young, still newlyweds. Give it time. You'll have grandbabies popping out of the woodwork in no time, Jan. Took my kids to our events a few times, but they didn't care for it due to the heat. I don't think the heat will be an issue for mine, only because they uh, they do baseball, they do all kinds of sports. They're constantly outside in the yard. Though they are teenagers, my son and my daughter-in-law kind of, God, how can I put this so they don't sound abusive? Um, they don't go for the sitting around the house all the time, playing on a screen. You're going to go outside and do things. You're going to be running, you're going to be jumping, you're going to be playing ball, you're going to be fishing, you're going to be camping outside. My son has this huge frickin' tree house. Looks like something the elves would have built. Um, but they're out there in that thing. They're out in the old humid barn with the horses or the cows or something. So, oh, mine won't wear layers of clothes. They'll wear, standard pants and a shirt, maybe a hat, but that's going to be about the extent of it. Um, this town had an abolitionist fight in 1861. You have my curiosity piqued now, my friend. I don't remember ever hearing that story from around these parts. So you really have my curiosity piqued. Just they still want to do things before they have kids. Well, that's usually how it starts. You do things before you have kids to have kids, or something like that. It's been so long, I forget. Um, Mine were all long distance runners. Wow, that's the best way to go, Jan. Have fun, enjoy each other before the babies come. However, they don't wear 5 layers of clothing while running. Yeah, see, that's the bad thing about women back in that time period, is they're stuck wearing 5 or 6 layers of clothes. And but the men, we got away with wearing, a shirt, a vest or a waistcoat, and a pair of pants, and that was the extent of it. So hell, you didn't even have to wear underwear, which I don't, especially wearing my kilt. But we're not going to get into the dressing regimental thing. That's what Santee needs to do. He's got all that really. Speak the devil. There's Santee right there. What's up, you ornery, card cheating, yellow bellied? Uh, um, did I say card cheating? I'm old. What's up, dude? But that's what Santee needs to do is a dressing the part for the traditional Scotsman that came to America. And well, you guys know, if you watched his video the other day, he got turned into ash and fell out of frame. Maybe with all of his really cool effects and stuff he can do, he can, like, blur out his. No, I don't want to give him ideas. Christ, I don't want to give him ideas. However, they don't wear 5 layers of them. Mine were dressed 100% authentically for going to meetings. I'll check with you later, tell you about it. Legit men did 3 layers. Gals can go furry dresses and cut down on those layers. Undergarment, shirt, and breeches, and that woolen waistcoat. I beg, got a part on the side. I never wear an undergarment shirt, but I'm not going to worry about being hot. Let's just say the undercarriage is going to get a lot of wind flow. Men can wear those long john things. I've got 2 or 3 pairs of long handles. The bright red long handles. You know, long sleeve, long leg, button up the front. Got the little poop flap in the back. I wear those in October and November, December. You very seldom ever see me wearing those things at an event, unless it's going to be like an early, like an April event where we still have some cool nights. Then I might sleep in them. So you know, if you walk in, you lay in there without any covers on, with those damn cotton long handles on, and I wake up in the morning, hang them up, because though they kept my back and legs and arms nice and warm, I sweated like a soiled dove in church. Let's just put it that way. So I have to hang them up to dry them out to wear them again the next night. Men could also just do a shirt if it was hot. I found a lot of photos depicting that. Yeah, it really, you're right. That's really not what people expect to see. They want to see all the glim and glitz that went with the movie, you know, what most people consider their only source of historic information. So you see the vests, you see the woolen military coats, or and the wool pants, and the wool cappies, and guys are dying of heat stroke. Ask Mark. Mark is in here. Ask Mark, guys, what a July day will do to a soldier marching in a field in head-to-toe wool in Big Rapids, Michigan. Now we're talking like way up in the center part of the state of Michigan. You know, it's not as hot as it is in Kentucky or Tennessee or something like that. So yeah, I have been at an event that was so miserable that we not only had people drop on the field from heat exhaustion, but I watched Mark damn near drop from heat exhaustion, and they very, very quickly got to the hotel with the kids in the air conditioning, and yeah. YouTube don't like the word horse. They don't like it very much when you print it out either, but I mean, you know, painted ladies, fallen angel. There you go. There's always an alternative. Hey, Mark, do you remember Big Rapids just a couple years ago? Has your memory returned from that event yet, when we thought you were going to be the next one to fall down from heat exhaustion? I had an overcoat made from Hudson's Bay blanket. I hated that bastard for that march. Dude, I would absolutely frickin' love a Hudson Bay coat. Absolutely love a Hudson Bay coat. But then again, whenever I done, you know, Mountain Man or something like that, I was always the one in buckskin pants or elk pants, with either a frock or it wasn't a Hudson Bay, it was a knockoff. I think it was called a Suncoast blanket or something. Still a nice heavy blanket, but Yeah. YouTube, don't like the word more. Pain Late Fallen Angels, well, you know me. YouTube, don't like the word. I keep forgetting to put this thing up. I get to chatting with you guys, forget to stick this thing up just in case somebody hit the lottery this week. You know. I have to wait till about noon to head out, which will give me time to finish getting things packed up. Yes, my love. What?
I forgot you were live streaming.
What? What do you need, though?
Nothing. I don't need anything.
I gotta wait till noon. I don't know what that was about, but okay. Probably kittens doing funny things. But yeah, I gotta wait till noon to pick up my, and I'm gonna air quote this because it's almost laughable. I gotta wait to pick up my check, and of course, you know, give the wife 3/4 of it to take care of things, and you know, then I can head off to the event. And don't forget to hit the like on your way in. Thank you very much, Jan. I did upgrade my phone plan. Now I got 75 gig for unthrottled hotspot as opposed to 10. That's cool. It's supposed to cost me $5 a month less per month. That's a good deal. Get 65 gig more than you had before and cost you $5 less a month. Which reminds me, that's something else I have to do this week. Jesus criminy. I ain't gonna have any money. I gotta get my phone updated, or get the time for my phone because it's due again on Friday. So only bad thing about living in a small town. There's no real jobs in the area that pay you enough to really live on. My little $150 a week that I get to bring in, yeah, we're not going into that. Hey, what is up, man? AAP is in the house, guys. How you doing, Luke? Well, the idea is to work in the city and escape the small town. Yeah, but when you're blind in one eye and can't drive because of the other, it's hard to get to the city. I even just recently looked into going out to the casino where the wife works at. But, you know, they won't let us work the same shift since she's in management. So right now she's working nights from February until August. Then she'll switch to days from August to February. And that's just part of management with the Potawatomi casinos. And so I have to be able to switch back and forth as well. And our local bus service won't go that 15 minutes to the casino. I even offered them, you know, well, figures out let's just say it figures out to about $50 a week going back and forth, when they would only charge me what, $30 a week, um, to go anyplace else, but they charge $3 just to stay here in town. So they wanted like over $100 a week to make that extra jog. But they refuse to go that way unless they have a busload going out there. So no way to get back and forth. Doing all right, having trouble, terrible eye problems too. Yeah, since we talked last, Luke, man, I've got this eye is completely gone. It's a white haze, and of course, you know, the brighter the sun, the worse it is. And this eye here is probably about 50% gone. If it's really bright, I can't see across the street clearly. But if it's decent, then if it's cloudy like today, then I'm all right. And of course, you know, outside light affects it worse than inside light does. So my right eye is rapidly going downhill. I am so sorry, man. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on anybody. You know, and the sad thing is I can't even get them worked on because the wife makes too much money, for me to have my insurance. You know, when all that nasty stuff happened to me back in 2016, they automatically put me on state insurance. And they, I've had the state insurance since 2016. And earlier this year, no, I take that back, right before Christmas, I got a letter in the mail that they wanted me to re-up. My insurance had been canceled. So I got a hold of them. They asked about our income, and the wife makes too much money. Of course, you know, they don't take into consideration that she makes a little over $1,500 a month, but we have much closer to $2,000 a month going out and trying to save the house, car payments, furnace payments, taxes, things like that. So you know, when we don't live on a shoestring, guys. We live on a strip of sinew. So. And of course, you know, I'm not getting monetized here because there's no way I can monetize here because their monetization process does not work on my phone, which is how I do everything. So yeah, it's a pain. I just have to sit here and slowly but surely lose my vision. That's why I was telling you guys the other day when I was sewing that brand new Spiran for my kilt and everything for the Ren Fair next weekend in Niles. It took me 5 hours to sew what would have normally taken me an hour to sew. So yeah, it was a little fun. I'm trying to go to optometrist. I think wood chips got my eye a few months ago and worked its way behind it. My God, man. Jeez, you criminy. I can't even imagine that discomfort. That is terrible. The entire family has strep? My God, man. That is just, wow. That is terrible. So how are you liking the new homestead and stuff, my friend? I've caught like a short. I don't have anything ever pop up anymore um, on my suggested videos from you guys. But every once in a blue moon, I'll catch like a short or something, and it's like, man, he's got the kids out walking the trails. They've got all this land now that they can do anything with it. And it's about bloody frickin' time that you guys finally had that amazing life that you wanted together and you wanted to give to the kids. And jeez and criminy. When I tried to wash my eye out, I seen it go into the side corner of my eye. I was never able to get it out. My God. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what that's like. I know what it's like, with just these cataracts as bad as they are. And, because I don't know if you've ever noticed, I don't know if anybody here besides maybe Jan has ever dealt with cataracts before. But basically, it's like a blurry disc, and it's not as blurry on the edges, but when you get to the center of it, it's damn near impossible to see through. And on a bright day, when I'm standing, when I'm at work and I'm out back and I'm smoking, I can move my head up and down, and you can actually see the line in your eye where you start to get into the cataract at. And the more you lift your head up, the blurrier it gets. So I'm all the time looking like this and just trying to look through my peripheral to get a somewhat clear. Now this morning it's not too bad. Here I can see blurry shapes. I can't even come close to reading anything that the chat says. But it's all blurry shapes. Here I've got a little bit of a haze, but things are still, they're not sharp, but they're clear. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I remember what it was like for my mom's mom, Jan. She went in for cataract surgery 3 times. They just kept coming back, kept coming back, kept coming back. So, but I have to get something done somehow, some way. I have to get something done, or this very well might be my last year for doing security for the Niles Ren Fair, and that's an event that I love. I support it, but you can't have a blind chief of security. So this might be my last year if I cannot get something done for it. I think that's my biggest fear, is not being able to do videos anymore, not being able to do reenactments anymore. I think that's probably my biggest fear. I've told you guys many, many times, I'm not afraid of anything. Well, I think that's probably my only real fear, is not being able to get it fixed, not being able to afford to get it fixed, and not being able to do any of the things that I really love to do anymore. I actually caught myself here a couple weeks ago on a really bad day, telling the wife, I just walked up to her and I touched the side of her face, and I started to cry. And she asked me what I was doing, what was wrong, and I told her that I wanted to enjoy her face while I could still see it. And it just, I think the reality kind of hit her that, there's a very good possibility that I might just go blind. So I'm trying to enjoy everything that I can enjoy and see all the people and enjoy my reenactments, enjoy making stuff, making my videos, making everything. You know, while things are still there for me to do it. So I hope so too, man. I hope so too. One day, God willing, I'll either run across that wealthy actor I've been looking for 2 years, or I'll hit the lottery. Of course, by that time won't be able to see the ticket I'm scratching, but I'll scratch something. Well, they say when you lose one sense, your other ones all heighten. So, food will taste good again. Maybe I will be able to more eloquently speak. I'll be able to hear the cat fart 2 rooms away. We're not even going to get into the touch thing, You have to go to Prom Hub to see the whole touching thing. But I mean, we're too old to learn Braille. Yeah. I'm trying to learn Gaelic right now. I'm almost 56 years old. I'm trying to learn a language that maybe only 300 people in the entire world speak. It's really hard to learn a language when there's nobody else around to talk to speak it with you. I mean, I've picked up Baird, Baird, which is a child. I picked up Slanchava, which is basically good health to you. It's a cheer, Slanchava. Marin, which is morning. And that's about it. Oh, don't forget Sassenach, which is an outsider. A mollycoddle, sleeping bag. I can understand that. I've cuddled a couple mollies in a sleeping bag before. Before I met my wife, I cuddled a couple mollies in a sleeping bag. Never taken Molly in a sleeping bag. I don't know. I used to help my mother-in-law learn Braille years ago until she didn't appreciate it anymore. Oh, dear God. Now, you guys know I'm too big of a smart ass to try to learn Braille. I mean, I'd be sitting down with an instructor and Okay, now run your finger across there very gently. Now what does that say? And I'm gonna say dot 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 slash slash dot 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 space dot 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 dot. I mean, I've seen Braille stuff. If you guys, ever go to the malls and stuff like that, the bathrooms will have the symbol of whether it's a men or women's bathroom. Then underneath it, they'll have it in Braille. Could you imagine me? I mean, seriously, could you imagine me walking through a mall with my hand out, trying to feel for walls and Braille and stuff like that? I can see me inadvertently touching about 100 breasts on the way to a bathroom and getting the padiddle slapped out of me 100 times before I make it to the bathroom. All right, Luke, we'll still be here, bud, for another 45 minutes or so. Go enjoy your shower, man. Hopefully it'll make you feel better. You ain't turning off yet. We still have time. With my lifetime and up my fingers through working on shit, I doubt I have enough sensitivity left to do Braille. And see, that's the problem with this finger here, my middle finger on the right hand. I noticed the other day, after sewing that sporin for so long, that I've got big calluses on my fingertips, and I really didn't even notice until I got to work that day and noticed that there was a big spot on the tip of my middle finger that was numb, and I thought it was a blister, but it's actually calluses on my fingers, and I didn't even realize, all those years of swinging a hammer, putting shingles on houses, hanging siding, framing, hanging drywall, sanding and finish, all that gripping and everything that I was doing, played hell on my right hand and my fingers, which is, probably why I've got arthritis all up through here and everything else. So, I mean, all joking aside, I would probably have some of the same issues learning Braille because I'm right-handed. And, all the damage I've done to myself over the years of doing things, we had to replace the turn signal bulb in the wife's car the other night. And I couldn't feel where the little socket was at to turn it, to release it, to replace the bulb. I had to wind up, showing her, and well, she had smaller hands than I did anyway, so getting them in there between the fire or the front frame and the back of the light lens setup. That was a huge resounding pain in the pisher, trying to get hands back there to get that socket out to get that bulb replaced. But like I said, I will continuously do those things while I still can. Just like today, if it doesn't rain, oh shit, there's actually sun out here in the driveway. I might be able to get that weed eating done that the kid that mowed our yard on Friday didn't get done on the hill at the front of the house. So that's just one more thing I have to do. Yeah, yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay. Thank God I got the batteries charged up for the weed eater. Tell you what, that was a great kid. Did you get the chance to see the Northern Lights? Sadly, we seen about that much of them because of all the trees here. We went out. Well, the stepson went out Friday night, and he was out in the country and got beautiful pictures of the Northern Lights. But he called me, and Felix and I went out here to the end of the driveway where we could actually see the sky without any trees in the way. And she's seen just a couple of very light lavender strips up through the clear sky. So that's about as much as we've seen. We just have a lot of trees here in town, and they're huge. They say cameras see them better than the eye does. Yeah, I couldn't see anything, for obvious reasons. But her and I went out there and stood in the middle of the road, looked up between the trees, and I said, "Do you see anything?" And she said, "I see like just a couple real light purple lines." And I'm like, "Good." I said, "You have seen the Northern Lights for the first time in your life." I said, "I was 10 years old the last time I seen the Northern Lights." So now you have something to look forward to take your kids out when you have kids. If they look this pretty here, could you imagine what they look like if you could actually see the northern horizon? Hello, Debbie. Good evening to you, love. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've been working all morning long. I had to sharpen my dirt this morning, and my wee eating knife. Still getting things ready for this weekend for the event. Trying to get things packed up. I've got to go out and do some things in the yard here in just a little bit, and then start digging through the shed looking for coffee pots and plates and flatware, blankets, all that stuff, and get them all hung up to air out before this weekend and stuff. So but I am doing well. Damn it, man! That reminds me, it's nice sharpening time around here too. Yep, I've got our stone out since I done my dirt this morning. I've got the stone out. I'm going to go out in the kitchen sometime over the next couple days and get all the kitchen knives sharpened up. It's been about a month since I put an edge on her knives and stuff out here. So, but she was trying to cut diced tomatoes the other night and realized that one of her favorite knives is it's still cutting good, but you know the old Ginsu knife commercial where they throw the tomato in the air and slice it in half. Yeah, hers don't do that anymore. It kind of sticks about halfway through, so you got a tomato hanging off your knife. But yeah, I got to sharpen hers too. Sucks when you only got a couple days in a week that you have to try to remember to get all the shite done that you need to get done around your home, and then go back to work and do all the shite there that nobody else can do. I'm the knife sharpener at work, so I have to constantly, pull the knife, which they have crappy stainless steel knives there, so about every couple days I have to put a new edge on them. So, yeah, you're welcome for the reminder. Be watching the community tab sometime here in the next few days. I'm gonna actually have I'm gonna get the entire outfit on, um, that I'm gonna be wearing this coming weekend, and I'll post some pictures uh, of the entire outfit together for everybody, so you guys can see. Debbie, be ready to screenshot those pics. I know how you are about men in kilts. Um, so, yeah, get it blown up real big, like life size, put it on your closet door or something like that. Um, if I could find a really good picture of William Wallace, I would green screen myself in, pointing off to the horizon, looking at him. Then you could have two Scotsmen up there together. But a creative mind. Never leave home without it. There are some good stainless knives. There are some good stainless knives, but you're gonna pay good money for good stainless knives, and most restaurants, especially like a little bar or a diner or something like that, it is not going to pay $100 per knife when they can go somewhere and get knives for $20 a piece. So, yeah, that's why we have crappy stainless knives. The Rough Rider knives I have decent stainless blades. Hmm. Rough Riders. Rough Rider. I sharpen my own knives. Jay helps me with my throwing tomahawks, axes, and knives. I need to get my hands on another good tomahawk. I've not had a good tomahawk or a good throwing uh, in a long time. I was looking at a Bowie style throwing knife at the Michigan Living History Trade Show in March, but at $120 a piece, I couldn't afford a decent throwing knife. And I found some beautiful tomahawks there, but once again, at 120 a piece, I couldn't afford any of them. Not as good as carbon steel, but far better than the Schrades. I've got a couple Schrade knives around here. Um, they're older knives. Much I keep them in a box with like my grandpa's old buck knife and things like that. But I carry I've got a dozen little teeny tiny pocket knives um, that I keep a little edge on and carry with me. My little everything tool. I will definitely watch out for your community tab. Scottish kilts. Ha! Ha! Never had a woman refer to me as ha, whether I'm wearing a kilt or not. I'll accept hot. I'm hot right now. It's humid as hell in this house right now. And I'm sitting here with a neckerchief and a waistcoat that goes clear down to my mid thigh, and uh, one of my woolen tartans. It actually came from Scotland. I cannot find the tag. Must be on the other. But this one here is actually made of Highland sheep wool. I carry two knives, one that is 4-inch lock blade and a 3-inch double plow point. Now the one I carry when I'm at work and stuff is a lock blade. Not the best knife in the world, but it serves its purpose, opening boxes and, if I get bored whittling. Cutting out somebody's gizzard when they try to rob me. Little things. The lock blade is used daily. The 3-inch is for surgery. I think I'd probably actually be better off if I just carried my straight razor around in my pocket. That thing never gets dull. Well, a lot of them right now are secured to the wall, but I guess since I'll be taking them down later today and setting them with my pack basket and stuff. Let me see what I can do. Get myself spun around. That's a bearded axe. Everybody's familiar with Robert the Bruce. There is a statue of him in Scotland holding a bearded axe. It's also called a Bruce axe. This is what he preferred. He would carry, it had a much longer handle on it, so he could swing it from horseback. But yeah, this is called a Bruce axe. Of course, you could. I keep the edge of the blade taped because it's so sharp. But yeah, both points will very, very easily pierce whatever you put it into. With this handle on it, it probably weighs about 6 pounds. So if you could imagine it coming down with any force, it's gonna cleave. It's gonna cleave whatever it hits. Put that down dead. This is my basket hilt. It was the preferred weapon of the Highlanders, because not only did it have the large ball on the end to hit with, you could hit with the basket, and then it had that nice solid blade on it, which by the looks of things has been hanging up on this wall for too long. So I have to work on that today too, it looks like. How about that? Take that wee piece of string off of it right there. Put that back over here. Let me see here. I'll stick with guns. Where'd you get it from? I ordered the axe online 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. The basket hilt broadsword was made out of a company in Texas that hand makes their knives. They make both Highland and Lowland style swords. They also make English broadswords, things like that. The dirk, I've had this dirk for probably probably 11 years. But I wore this in the wedding. Oops. Where did I get that? Oh, I ordered that from Scotland. That's when I'm camping, especially doing Scottish, that's my everything knife. That's my cooking knife, that's my intimidation knife, that's my security knife, everything. That actually lays right underneath my pillow, because, well, my bed is this wide and my sword is this long, so it doesn't make a, it doesn't go well under my pillow. Let me see here. Nice, I'm loving this. I tried a sword. I just didn't like the thing swinging around my legs. If I were active and taking on and off, just a pain in the ass. Well, and the sword actually hangs on the bandolier that goes, or the belt that goes across here, and then the belt that I wear around my waist holds it to my side. So I don't really worry about it wobbling around that much. Do I own a crossbow? I'm in the process of building a crossbow. I need to find somebody to actually make the bow for me, and then of course I'll take sinew and I will braid 7 or 8 strips of sinew. You're talking a full strand of sinew's got about 50 pounds of pressure on it, so you can imagine what 6 or 7 times that strength will be like tightly braided together, and that'll be the bowstring. But I'm looking for a good piece of carbon steel about 2 inches, 3 inches wide, and about 2 foot long to make the bow itself for the crossbow. Tony, you said, is that thing serrated? Are you talking about the dirk or the sword? 30, 35 gallons. The Dirk actually is partially serrated, so you can use it to cut wood or whatever. But yeah, it's serrated right up here. The sword actually has a partial serration, so you can saw with it as well. But since it was handmade, it's not as pretty of a serration as a factory-made piece is, but it works. I've used it. Cleave me from 100 yards. 9, Mr. X, meet Mr. 30-06. There you go. Crossbows are illegal in Australia, no fun. I've never seen a serrated one before. That's actually the first one, and that is a regimental dirk. That's not your standard dirk that any Highlander would have. That's a regimental dirk, military dirk. So of course it's an all-purpose. That's why it's got the serration on it. A lot of the dirks that I've seen are just they're edged, double-edged all the way down. Morning, Ty. Hope you're doing well this morning, sir. Glad you could pop in for the last 20 minutes or so before I got to start busting hump, getting ready for this weekend, and getting the yard done and finding everything I have to find, getting it washed. I probably have a mouse and a spider web in my coffee pot by now. It's what you get for having a small house with no storage space. Everything's got to be stored in a shed in 20-year-old crappy leaky sheds. I had to push weed, eat 2 acres Saturday. I'm still worn out. We had somebody come over because our mower took a big poop about 1.5 years after we bought it, and we can't get it started no matter what. And for what we paid for it, it's just not financially intelligent to go out and get it worked on. They're talking about $50 just to examine what the problem may be, and then however much to fix it. So we got one of our neighbor kids to mow for us and weed eat and rake and everything. And he didn't do the hill out front that runs the length of the property. So I got to go out there today and weed eat that hill and get that part of the yard at least looking nice, because everything else looks great. I got 35 trees I need to remove here soon. Well, see, you could have saved all that money on the cabin, Tony, and just built your own cabin out of those trees you're going to pull out. You're welcome to visit my ghostly family anytime. Luke, I think Luke and the family would probably enjoy Australia. Give them a little change of pace. Get them out of Michigan for a little bit. I'm just here. Well, just here's better than not here. Most likely a carb issue. That is here, not at the cabin. I don't want to do tree removal at the cabin. I have to, but I don't want to. And I don't blame you, sir. I don't blame you one little iota. Forcing myself to do laundry. Yeah, I think the wife has already started it since she was home home so early this morning. I think I know she's still up because y'all just heard her walk in here a little bit ago. But I think she's probably doing laundry now. I'm going to remove trees for solar and antennas. That's definitely going to help out. I'm not doing so good, but could be worse. Debbie, according to my DNA test I'm 56% Irish. You look 56% Irish, man. When I do see you and you've not got your ball cap on, you've not got your shades on and stuff, you really see Irish in you. I know we only got about 18 minutes left, guys, but I've had enough coffee running through my system this morning that I think it's trying to cleanse me. So I'm gonna, for just a minute, talk real nice amongst yourselves, and I'll be back in just a second before we have a situation. Yes, it's pee time. You know how us old dudes are. Oh, stop your fussing. Stop your fussing. Stop your fussing. This is Weiner. You can pretty much tell how he got the name Weiner, because all he does is whine. Yes. You see yourself up there? Doesn't he look like Ralphie's? It's a damn shame Ralphie was fixed. Yes, I know. Dog food. Yeah, I'm afraid this is probably the smallest of the four that we have, and yeah, not a lot of not a lot of nutrition there. There's actually one Jan that looks just a little bit more like Ralphie, but he was asleep. He's actually got the 5 or 6 little white hairs right here on his chest, like Ralphie does. Look, when y'all start feeling better, give me a call. We can catch up. You have over 26,000 subs. That's impressive. They have done an amazing job with their channel. It's it amazes me when they do have a live stream or something. How many people show up on his live stream? It's just absolutely mind-boggling for somebody like me. You know, here I am, just getting ready to break, 1,600, and looking at the many people that show up to Luke's live streams. It's great. My channel's dropped off with everything since I haven't been live in a while. Yeah, it's about the size of a dog biscuit. What? What? Now, Becca's absolutely amazing. I love her to pieces. It's absolutely great. I can't. I'm hoping that Luke and Becca and the kids can actually get away from the homestead sometime this year when I'm somewhat close to their area, so we can actually meet up. I was hoping to do it a couple years ago when Jan and Jay was here for Ghost-orama in Paw Paw, Michigan, but it didn't work out for us. But hopefully, I'll have some large subscribers like Laura's Horror Sounds. She's approaching 190K. JJ, I wish she would do more with her channel. Luke, give her time. Once everything settles and gets on a schedule. I want to leave my homestead once I got there. What? What are you staring at me for? What are you staring at me for? You're just happy and content being right there against my chest, aren't you? Next time we come up, Drew, we'll go over to visit Luke and Becca. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. I see, Scully, he's a good friend. He sent me his first novel he published. Oh, wow. Very cool. A friend of mine, also his moderator. His Dutch is amazing. How about I stop by sometime this late morning, have a few beers, and talk about our investigation itinerary? Are you and Tony still going up and having a few drinks at the bar today, Mark? Because if you guys are going to be together, um, well, I mean, even if you're not together, either way, yeah, you can stop by. You can stop by. It's so pretty out that I'm gonna go outside as soon as we're done here in 8 minutes and start working outside. But yeah, yeah, you're fine to stop by. Drew, this place is turning into a petting zoo. We now have 6 rabbits, 2 cats, a dog, 2 cows, 52 chickens, and 18 turkeys. You know, the whole purpose, Luke, of having a farm. The whole purpose. No, don't buy it up there. Don't buy it up there, Mark. Go someplace else. Buy it. Number one, I don't think they even sell cases up there, but they do sell to go or carry out. But I don't think they. What? What? But you know, the whole purpose of having a farm, Luke, is to raise to slaughter. Um, don't name them. It's so hard to kill Thomas at Thanksgiving time, or kill Elsie to fill up your freezer, or so. No, don't. No, you can't play on the mouse pad. Mute yourself. Scully is working on another novel. You know, I've not had the pleasure um, of reading any of Scully's stuff, and I would absolutely positively love to. I mean, he is definitely the author that reads to you. Yeah, see, that, that here, just sit there in front of me. I'll just pet you. That way you don't crawl on the computer and stuff. Um, Name them food names. Drumstick. I like Kentucky Fried. I also think that, names like ribeye, T-bone, ground. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. Don't backtalk me. Cows are dairy cows. The chickens are for meat and eggs. The turkeys are pest control. Ribeye, T-bone. Hey, Ian. Yep, I will be there, bud. I will be there, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, keeping the fair safe for the participants and the visitors, and then in the evening time when everybody leaves, um, the good Scotch whiskey comes out, and we drank. So yeah, Maritza, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. No killing the girls. Get a couple of head of Angus beef cattle for freezer food. You know, I have noticed of late, I'm not a big fan of Angus beef. Give me a regular cow. I don't need to be no Angus, because I've noticed that our stores where we buy food at is all carrying Angus now. And the ground beef at the restaurants is not Angus. It's just regular cow. And the hamburgers at the restaurant remind me of hamburgers when I was growing up. The stuff we buy for here at the house, I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the taste of it. Every day at work, I take 2 pieces of Texas toast, cook me up a couple hamburger patties, and throw some tomato and mustard on it, and that's my lunch every single day. And when I'm here at the house, hamburger don't even interest me anymore. Are you gonna fall asleep like that? Let me get property. I want Angus and pigs, calling them dinner and breakfast. I don't blame you. Me and the missus are discussing cows, hogs, and poultry. What do you think you're eating when we bring the steaks? Now, see, steaks are different, but I'm talking about the ground beef. It just doesn't taste the same. How old is the cat? These little guys, there's 4 of them, 3 black ones, and the gold one, the other gold one passed away when he was only 2 weeks old. They just turned a month this past Tuesday. So, still wee little ones. Of course, Ralphie, the one that you see in all my videos during the intros and outros, he's 6 years old. Little Georgie is 4 years old. And these little guys' mama is about a year old. Almost. Like 9 months, something like that. Hello. I made it just in time to say morning. Good to see you, Scout Dog. Yep, you made it just in time. There's Bud Files. Good morning. Good to see you. I'm kind of glad everybody made it in this morning, man. It was just the other morning, Maritza came in right as I was hitting the X to close out the video. And I apologize for that, but that was a tight scheduled day. I had to go to work, so I mean, I had to get out or I would have stuck around and chatted for a bit. At least on the chat, there wouldn't have been any video, but the chat still works for like a minute afterwards. Yeah, I know, it's that time. Got a little bit less than a minute left. Oh, let's see here. I just made it time one. The Angus has better balance of fat content than those other cows. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be a busy, busy day. It's gonna be a busy day. Luke, you have a good day too, bud. Hopefully, hopefully we'll see you soon. I miss you, bud. I miss the live streams. Not that I ever really get to catch them anymore with my work schedule. You would think as much as I work, I actually would make decent money. But when you work at the lowest paying place in the county, then you know who my bosses are. Yeah. But anyway, neither here nor there. But you guys all have an amazing day. It is that time, and I have to get busy. Hopefully I'll see Mark here really soon, because something tells me once I get outside in the humidity, I'm going to need a break. So, you guys all take care. Have a great week. Like I said, I will post videos this week of the complete Highlander outfit, so you guys can see what you're going to miss at the Niles, Michigan Renaissance Fair this next weekend, the 18th and 19th of May at Plym Park in Niles, Michigan. Babies. But yeah, you guys all have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I will DM you on Instagram. But I got to get busy. And I got to try to get the strength to put this thing down. I'm not going to get a damn thing done. Oh, me wee babies. Me wee birds. I'll see y'all later.